There was a dumpster full of debris. From the excavation, I guessed. A well-used wheelbarrow was sitting by the rubble-filled dumpster. The painter had a pot of gunmetal gray primer hanging from the barrier.
Hey, monsieur! Get away from my paint pot!
Okay.
I should think so. Meddling with a man's paint pot. What?
A well-used wheel.
Hey, you! Get away from my dumpster.
Excuse me, could you help me?
What is it?
I've got a few questions. Have you seen this man before?
Yes, he asked me a lot of questions, just like you.
Have you seen this man before?
Yes. A greasy tissue. Don't get it too close to my cigarette, monsieur, or there'll be a conflagration.
I have a red nose.
Imagine.
I've got a sewer key.
I used to work in the sewer.
Oh? What happened?
I had a cigarette break in a pocket of methane. A manhole cover landed on the other side of the Seine and I was sacked.
I was pretty sure the shaken shock had shot its bolt in Syria. Has a guy calling himself Merlin been nosing around?
Was he wearing a t-shirt with "My name is Merlin" on it?
I doubt it.
Then how the hell am I supposed to know his name just by looking at him? Huh?
I have some plaster of Paris.
Amazing.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
Yes, it's a communion chalice. I know, you know, I used to be an altar boy.
You?
Yes, me. What's so funny about that?
Nothing. You're doing a fine job.
Merci. I have my professional pride.
I don't think I've ever seen a Gauloise smoked so stylishly.
It's a natural talent.
I'm being sarcastic.
I'm being indifferent.
You're very good at that as well.
Merci. Vive l'indifférence.
So, what are you doing here?
I am having my break.
Yeah, I mean when you finish your break.
When I finish my break, an interesting concept, monsieur.
You'll probably need to think about it.
I could have another cigarette while I consider. Perhaps tomorrow too?
Okay, let me put things differently. What were you hired to do here?
I was hired to keep the archaeological dig in the basement of this building clear of debris, and to touch up damage to the door frames with my little pot of paint. It's a very responsible job. Unfortunately, I'm not a very responsible person.
So what do you know about the excavation?
I know they won't let me in to do my job. I would complain to my union, but là...
You couldn't be bothered to join.
Right. Tell you what, though. I'm surprised at the sort of people interested in this excavation.
What's unusual about the visitors to the excavation?
None of them look like archaeologists to me.
Do you know what an archaeologist looks like?
Three-piece suits, crocodile-eyed attaché cases, Rolex oyster.
But no archaeologist dresses like that.
Quite right, monsieur, quite right.
So, who are they?
Who cares as long as they pay me?
What does the word Templar suggest to you?
Templar?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Be seeing you.
Au revoir, monsieur.
There was a closed door with toilet scratched into the cheap veneer. There was a telephone on the far wall. That guard had been put here to guard something. My guess was that the excavation was behind that door. A guard stood by a door I guessed led to the excavation. He looked pretty pompous. Well, not so much pretty, just pompous. A dumpster with some debris in it. The doorway was full of assorted old tea chests, cardboard boxes, and so on, all empty and all uninteresting. A thermostat was mounted over a radiator. The radiator was pumping out heat as the thermostat was cranked right over to full. No wonder it was warm in here, even with the door open to the chill of fall. Yep, that was definitely debris. I couldn't see any use for a collection of dirt and half bricks. The doorway led to an old utility closet that had lost its door. There was nothing interesting in there. I couldn't imagine what I'd achieved by turning the dial. There was a closed door with toilet scratched into the cheap veneer.
That door's locked, monsieur.
Hi? Excuse me?
Oui.
Trying to get into a locked washroom. I had the strongest feeling of déjà vu. I'd like to use the washroom, but the door's locked.
Oh, that's no problem. You can have the key.
Thanks. So, what exactly are you doing here?
I'm guarding. You expect to find me shearing sheep?
Take it easy. I just didn't realize you were a guard. I'd like to know what you're guarding, please.
That's a secret.
It wouldn't happen to be an archaeological site, would it?
Are you asking me or telling me?
I'm telling you.
Then why ask?
I had a feeling this was no normal hole in the ground. It sure is hot in here.
I have to have the door open to allow the workmen access, so why not? I turn the heat up.
You could wrap up warm.
I have my gloves if it gets cold, but why bother when it's warm anyway?
What do you know about the Knights Templar? There was a long pause during which the guard said nothing. Then he said,
Nothing.
Nothing at all?
Is this a test?
What, like a history pop test?
No, like a test.
Okay, yes, it's a test.
Then I know absolutely nothing about the Templars.
Have you seen this man before?
Oh,
You have.
no.
Have you seen this man before?
Oh,
You have. Look, a tissue stained with grease paint.
just what I've always wanted. If you give me that, you can enter through the door.
Really?
Of course not. What would I want with an old tissue?
I've got a red nose.
Oh,
This gadget is a sewer key.
so it is.
Do you recognize this name?
Merlin. No,
I got this plaster from Ireland.
not an exciting souvenir.
I thought better of showing him the chalice. He might be on the conspiracy's payroll, and I didn't want to risk it.
Oui. You have...
A sudden urge to sing. Care to join me?
No, no singing in here.
The guard was being amazingly evasive. It was going to take more than goodwill to get past him. Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
A filthy wash basin hung on the wall. There was a ventilation grill up in the wall. A bin stood in the corner. It didn't look like it had been emptied for a while. I wasn't that interested in what might go into a restroom's garbage to investigate. I didn't need to get near to tell the toilet needed cleaning. Being in a charming comfort station like this made me think fondly of the toilet in Syria. That place was kept in pretty good order. At least, it had been until I vandalized it. Still, it was all for a good cause. I didn't want any coal. A huge pile of coal lay in the corner to fuel the boiler. Real high-tech stuff. The shovel used to feed the furnace was stuck into the pile of coal. The thing felt really hot. Big demands seemed to be being made on it. There was a big old boiler used for heating. Capacious as my pockets were, I didn't figure I could cram a shovel in them. A hand dryer was mounted on the wall. If the club Alamat had used one of these instead of a roller towel, I'd probably still be stuck in Marib. Hmm. Do you mind if I use the phone?
Be my guest. I'm paid to guard this door. The phone can look after itself.
Hi, Nico?
George, what have you discovered?
Nothing yet.
Nothing. Is something wrong?
No.
George, why are you calling me?
Oh, no reason. I just wanted to hear your voice.
You did. Well, this is my voice saying, don't bother me, I'm busy.
Oh. Hi again.
What is it?
What was I supposed to say? Hey, look what I stole.
Hey, monsieur, don't go with my keys. Hey, don't go with my... What is it?
Here's the keys.
Merci, monsieur.
Hi again.
What is it?
Talk to you.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Hi again.
What is it?
I need to use...
Again?
I have this problem. How technical do you want me to get?
Never mind. Here's the key.
Talk to you later.
Au revoir. What is it?
Here's the key.
Merci.
Hi, it's me again.
What now?
Would you be interested in soap?
Not at this exact moment, no.
Hi, it's me.
What?
Be seeing you.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Hi, it's me.
What?
I was. Hi again.
What is it?
I was gonna have to get rid of this thing. It was dead. Hi again.
What is it?
I need to use the.
Again.
I have. Here's the keys.
Merci.
I need to use. I have. Talk to you later.
Au revoir.
The cold tap's washer looked to have failed. It was just dribbling down the sink. I didn't want to use that unless I could have climbed onto the sink, prized the ventilator cover loose, wedged myself into the tiny hole, smashed the far cover out, and plunged headfirst into the next room. Or I could just go through the door like a sane person. It was the bar of soap I'd stolen from the washroom of the excavation site. Uh, I figured washing my hands with that soap in that sink would just get my hands dirtier than when I'd started. A huge, real high-tech. I didn't want. The shovel used to feed the. A hand dryer was mounted. If the club Alamut had used, I'd probably. I turned the heating off. There was a big old boiler used for heating the building. The cold taps washer looked. I didn't want. Capacious as my pockets were, being in a charming comfort station like this made me think fondly of the toilet. That place was kept in. At least, it had been until I vandalized it. I didn't need to. The doorway led to an old There was nothing interesting.
Hi again. What is it? Talk to you later. Au revoir. Hey, monsieur, don't go with my keys.
I didn't think that the guard would just let me waltz past. Besides, I had a hunch that door was locked. That guard had been put here to guard something. My guess was that the excavation was behind that door. The doorway was full of assorted old teach. The doorway led to an old utility closet that had lost its door. There was nothing in. A dumpster was. Yep, that was. I couldn't see any use for a collection of dirt. The cold tap's washer looked to have failed. I wasn't that interested in what might. Hmm. 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 I made an impression of the big key in the cake of soap. I carefully sprinkled the plaster into the soap mold I'd made of the key. I had filled the key's imprint. Well, it had taken a while, but I had made myself a completely unconvincing plaster key, way too fragile to use in a lock. I'd have to substitute it for the real one. Trouble was, it looked like plaster and not metal. Then again, that plaster statue in Syria hadn't looked like stone until I'd been a bit artful with it. Maybe I could improve the key as well. I didn't want. Hmm. Trouble was, it looked like
What is it?
here's the keys. Thanks.
Merci, monsieur.
Hey, miss.
Okay.
I should think so.
Hi, it's me again.
What?
I made this key out of plaster.
How thrilling! How clever! How pointless.
Hi, it's me.
What now?
I was pretty sure. Have you?
Yes, yes.
I made this.
How thrilling!
Be seeing you.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Hmm.
Hey, monsieur!
Okay.
I should think so. Meddling with...
A well-used wheelbarrow was sitting. A well-used. The archway was topped by a fancy. Oh, darn. I left my grappling hook at home. No way could I get up there. Uh, hmm. 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 No. The painter didn't seem to regard the painting as too important. Not as important as a cigarette break, anyway. Hi, it's me again.
What?
Have you ever seen any...
Yes, it's a... I know you know.
You?
Yes, me.
Uh, I turned the thermostat back to where I'd found it.
Hi again. What is it?
Hey, smart. Why don't I just
Hi again. What is...
Do you recognize?
No. Hi again. What is...
I've got a
Oh.
The doorway led to an old utility closet that had lost. There was nothing interesting in there. A thermostat was... The radiator was pumping out heat as the thermostat was cranked right over to full. No wonder it was warm in here, even with the door open to the chill of fall. I turned the heating on. The doorway led to an... There was nothing in... A guard stood by a door I guessed led to the excavation. He looked pretty pompous. Well, not so much pretty, just pompous.
Hi again. What is it?
It sure is hot in here.
I have to have the door open to allow the workmen access, so why not? I turn the heat up.
You could wrap up warm.
I have my gloves if it gets cold, but why bother when it's warm anyway?
Talk to you later.
Oh,
I turned the heating.
hi again. What is it?
Talk to you later.
Au revoir.
The gate was surrounded by some... I couldn't climb over. Hi, it's me again.
What?
I've got a suit.
Yeah.
Oh?
I had a... Emmanuel... Au revoir, monsieur.
A well-used wheelbarrow was sitting by the rubble-filled...
Hey, monsieur! Get away from my paint pot!
Okay.
I should think so. Meddling with a man's paint pot. What? Hey, monsieur!
Okay.
I should... Hey, monsieur! Oh, I should think. Hey, monsieur!
Okay.
I should think. Hey, monsieur!
Okay.
I should.
Hi, it's me again.
What? A greasy tissue. Don't order. Hey, miss. Okay, I should think so.
Cooler.
Hi, Nico. It's me. I'm at the excavation site.
Goodbye, George.
No, wait a minute. I need your help.
What kind of help? I told you I'm busy.
This will only take a few minutes, I promise.
Okay, what do you want me to do?
I want you to keep somebody on the phone for a while.
Who?
A painter. I need to get at his pot.
Oh, okay.
Stay on the line. I'll go and get him. Hi again.
What is it?
Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Hi, it's me.
What?
You've got a phone call.
For me?
It's a woman. She sounded hot.
What woman? You must be mistaken, monsieur.
Well, she asked for that hunk of a man with the nicotine fingers and his ass hanging out of his pants.
Certainly sounds like me. Stand back. It wouldn't do to keep the lady from her hunk.
A well-used...
Well, monsieur, what a strange woman. She was all over me, and then suddenly, nothing but abuse.
Really?
What? Abuse? Ah well, I had a cigarette to finish. And monsieur, if she calls again, I am not available.
Hi again.
What is it?
I need to use...
Again?
I have... Hey, Talk...
Oh.
I figured this was better done... Quickly and without fuss, I swapped the fake key for the real thing.
What is it?
I held my breath and hoped that he wouldn't notice the substitution. Here's the keys.
Merci, monsieur.
Hi again.
What is it?
Talk to you later.
Au revoir.
Hi, it's me. What? Peaceful.
Hi, Nico. It's me again.
I'd guessed. What do you want this time?
What did you say to the painter?
I shan't repeat it, Josh.
Look, I need to get the guard out of the way. Could you call back and ask him to get the painter again?
Okay, I'll call back soon.
This looked like a good place to watch things develop.
Hey, you! It's the fun!
Yeah? Who is it?
How should I know? What am I, your social secretary?
It's not a chick, is it?
Yes, it's a woman. Are you going to answer it?
Does she have a warm, sensual voice like molten chocolate?
Yes, she has a really sexy voice. Now get a move on.
I'm not talking to her.
I can see that. You're wasting time talking to me.
No, you don't understand. I refuse to talk to her.
You refuse. You refuse. I'm wasting valuable time.
But don't make me laugh. Your time valuable? You just stand around all day.
I have a highly responsible job. Ha! Don't! Me, you elephantine oaf? My job is important.
Impossible. They would have hired somebody competent in that case.
Meaning what?
Instead of which they hired a dismal rent-a-cop like you. All epaulettes and no brains.
Why, you...
This looked set to carry on for some time. It was too good an opportunity to miss. Some planks used to make the catwalk were leaning against the wall. I couldn't see anything useful to do with the planks. Oh, great. More dead people. Although the gendarmes weren't likely to pull in any suspects unless they had a time machine. This guy must have been here for centuries. No, Now there's a familiar face. There was no doubt about it. It was the same sort of idol I'd seen in Syria, Baphomet. The Templars had certainly been through here. In the middle of the floor was a weird mosaic, all swirling and distorted. Close up, the pattern didn't make any sort of sense. It fanned out around an axis point, a kind of focus to one side. It was the shake and shock buzzer I'd been given by the man in the costume shop. And there it was, decoded by the curves of the chalice, the image of a church. I found out what the chalice was for.
You've solved the puzzle?
Yeah, there was a distorted picture at the Baphomet site. When I viewed it in the polished surface of the chalice, it changed.
What did it show?
A picture of a church with a square tower. Let's take another look at the manuscript. That's the clue that led me to the statue of Baphomet and the reflection in the chalice. That's the face. Look at the chalice.
What happened? It's shiny.
The priest at Montfaucon buffed it up for me.
That's it?
Looks as good as new.
No. You found a use for a priest. That's incredible.
I guess I'd better return the chalice to the Countess.
Hurry back, Georges.